Production.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the weekly ticker breakdown. So we're going to start with Air Canada here. So I got this upper trend line here on Air Canada that has 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 touches. So it's a solid trend line, and we have had resistance every time we've got up to this point. So where I think we could potentially go next is we're starting to set up like a similar pattern to this one right here. So we had the big move up and then 1, 2, 3 correction down. Big move up, 1, 2, 3 correction down. So what I'm looking for now actually is pretty much the same thing. We're going to get that, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm looking for that over here. Let's change that to red. I'm looking for that same thing right now, where it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then maybe 5 will take us up to that trend line. Now, that would make sense because history tends to repeat itself sometimes in stock. So if it were to do that, this is what we'd be expecting, this sort of move. I like Air Canada right now. We could be setting up a potential inverse head and shoulders too when I look at it. Let's get all these out of the way. We could have this potentially set up coming up here. Nice, 1, 2, and we need to develop that right shoulder somewhere around this level here. So it could be that we're doing that and this is our neckline. We'll see. There's a few different scenarios that could play out, and for the bear case, of course, we could continue just trending downwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just keep going down. But for the most part, I like these new demand zones here. We got some strong demand. Let's see if $23 can act as a demand further this week if it does go down. We got Clover Health Investment. So I think why we're having so much trouble around 10 is because that's our supply zone. We need to break up over this. I like the volume coming in, but we keep getting kind of like this. There's supply up here. There's people selling shares. So if we can continue to get like higher lows into this zone, I like the chances of us breaking up over 10. So if you're in, you're laughing, which is awesome, but I'd be a little bit more patient waiting for an entry if you're looking to get in, just because I want to see this zone here. Once we break over, I think there's a pretty good chance we could start to float up towards $13 to $15, $16 range. DeFi. So this is what the scoop is with DeFi. May 14th, it's definitely not going to be over $3 unless some crazy news happens. So what I expect to happen is we need to break this $175 supply zone. It's a strong supply. So we probably need to play out in this range until we break that supply, because right now there's probably a bunch of people selling here. So until all those shares are now absorbed, that's when the flip is going to happen. And then when the flip happens, this is going to become support instead of resistance, which it is right now. And then once this is support, this will be another great entry once it breaks 175 zone, I'd say. So I'd let it develop in this zone, but once it breaks 175 with bull volume, I think that's the go on DeFi. We got Dogecoin. So this is the futures. So it's not the actual spot ticker, but to be honest, it's looking bullish, right? The sellers are dropping off here on the 4-hour time frame, and honestly, man, it's just looking bullish. I don't know, like Elon and Mark Cuban got something going on with Dogecoin. When we look at the 8-hour time frame, we're starting to get that maybe potential cup, right? We have this 40 cent to 40, we'll say 40 to 45 cents is our sort of supply right now. So we need to break up over this zone. But to be honest, the way it's moving, it's looking good. I kind of like the looks of Dogecoin. I would be wary just of, to be honest, man, I don't even know what to be wary of. The fact that it could potentially just drop down to, I don't know, This is the risk that comes into Doge, just because just like any other crypto, man. Like whoever has a bunch of shares of this, once they decide to dump it all, it's gonna look scary. It's gonna be one big red candle. That could happen. Who knows when that's gonna happen, right? This pattern right now is telling me it's going higher. Let's run what the fibs look like here. If we just run the fibs off this, it looks like we'll potentially get up towards second target 90 cents. Oh, that's crazy. There's so much money to be made in Dogecoin this year. Like where's 21? It's been up, oh my god, 5,000%. Oh, GME, to be honest, look at this. Now GME, I don't know. It here's the thing, like I'd rather put my money in Doge than GME, but here's what we got here. We got this triangle playing out. This is what I'd be looking for. I think there's more downside potential than upside, just because I don't know, dude. Like look, one big move up, completely shot down, and then we tried to do it again. Let's see where we got up to on the fibs. Like we came all the way back down and we reject the golden pocket. Like, so from the top to the very bottom of this move, we came right back up and we rejected the golden pocket. That it's likely telling me that we'll probably make another move. Let's see what happens here. I'll probably look for something like that. Maybe we'll get another breakout to the golden pocket, 260, and then we fall back down again. There's so much supply in these ranges from the people who were buying up here thinking it was going to go long, right? So once the number gets back up to this range or even close, people are ready to sell. If this short squeeze does happen again, I guess we're probably gonna look at this as a triangle, and then that base is gonna be the potential breakout. So I mean, I'm not a really huge bull on GameStop, but 365, if it could go up another 365 bucks, that'll take us towards around 550. I just don't think like there's that potential for it to get to like $1,000, $2,000 a share. I really think that's unlikely. This is the pattern though. It's a big ass triangle. So I would wait for the bull or the bear break if you wanted to go long or short. So the thing about Riot is, are we going to reject this continuously? Like we're in this zone, and now what I want to see is, since we broke out, are we going to test this and then keep falling? I don't think so. I like this being our new zone. I like the odds of this area being our like new base, and from here maybe we need to look at it from this perspective where we just go simple supply and demand zones. And once we break up over this zone, this $60 range, that's when we're going to probably fly. So I think that's my new look on Riot. Instead of a triangle, I'm going to be looking at these supply and demand zones, looking to get reaction. Here we have ADA. So here's another cryptocurrency. I believe this one's supposed to be the next ETH. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. ETH is ETH. But I like the looks of ADA. We have this supply zone here. If we can break up over this, I think there will be a nice zone flip where this supply zone will then become a demand zone. We'll be looking for that break, back test, maybe back test a few times, and then run. That's my eyes on ADA. I'm loving crypto lately. Crypto's so fun. Keep sending in the crypto tickers. I love the crypto tickers, man. FLL. So what I like about FLL is we keep tapping 975. I love that. Like we got this range up here, we keep tapping it. I think and we're making higher lows into this resistance point. I think if we can continue to get these buyers coming in, this zone's going to get blown out of the water. I would be wary of this rising wedge though. Be wary of this rising wedge. This could be signaling that we could have a potential reversal. The reversal would be the size of the wedge. So I'd be looking at it from that perspective. We could fall 3.46 cents. I'd be looking for something like that to potentially play out. But I do like this being our demand zone here, which makes sense. If this rising wedge pattern does play out, this is going to be the area where we want to buy from. So I like this chart a lot, actually. FLL, we have a potential situation where we're going to get a beautiful breakout because we have higher lows into this resistance point, right? And this is our resistance point, $9.75. So if we can get like another higher low in this range and help us to break over that zone, I think we'll continue to break out and go and run, which is good, what we want to see. But on the bear case, what could also be happening is that this rising wedge needs to play out, and then we need to break bear before we load up and go long again. It's a nice uptrending stock. It's showing healthy signs. If this rising wedge doesn't break out, I feel like that is our zone. That'll be a nice, beautiful buy opportunity. I'll be adding this to my watch list. And if we do get that move down to $6 and $7 area, $6.80, $7 area, I think that'll be a great area to go long. I like the opportunity that could be presenting itself on FLL. That's all we got for today. So enjoy the week. Hope you guys kill it. It's May now, so let's get the sun shining through. No more April showers, man. Peace, guys.